a night out, it's a different mode. I might have to make a pen of 6 on a pinky toe. Heard you with a shooting guard.
Week 13 in the books. And we had some okay matchups. The two tightest one, the Titan matchup of John versus Sawyer. John's team just puts it out there, wins, I think, 7-4. I wouldn't say the closest matchup. I think John won pretty handily. I beat Drew only because Drew doesn't set his lineup on the very last day of the week, in which he could have tied or won the game. Tom beats on Nick very easily. Chris beats up on Tim. A triple-double matchup right there. And Alec has a toss-up versus Jackson. Let's go. So myself versus Drew, this one was close all week. I don't know why I wasn't feeling like making ad drops, but it just kind of slipped my mind. And because of that, earlier in the week I was winning both percentages, ended up losing both of them. Drew and I were very close in rebounds, pretty close in three-pointers, close in turnovers. And the thing that had it all week is steals. Steals came down to be a fairly deciding factor in a couple other matchups this week. Going into the last day, but Drew has 2 or 3 players left, and we are tied in steals. If he gets one more steal than me, he wins the match, or ties the matchup at least. But it just doesn't go that way. Neither Jamal Murray or Spencer Dinwiddie get a steal for him last night, and I end up winning this matchup 5-4. MVP for me is going to be Bobby Portis, 5-13 from the field. Only 50 points scored, but did have 27 rebounds, 6 steals, and a double-double. I stay in second place miraculously. Only would have been 3-6, only beating Drew, Nick, and Jackson this week on a one-game win streak record of 10-3-0. Meanwhile, Drew, he and Alec and Tim are all flipping spots in this. It's like a carousel for the 6th spot in the league right now. But Drew falls into 7th place, would have been 2-7, only beating Jackson and Nick in a one-game losing streak record of 4-8-1. On to Tom and Nick. It's just not even worth. I've been setting Nick's lineup for him for the past couple weeks now, and it doesn't even matter. Granted, KD is out. You can't hurt that. But having, I think, JaVale McGee and Alex Caruso taking up both of your IL spots, I'm not going to make ad drops for people unless it's a mistake made by somebody, but it's just stupid. Moral of the story, 12 double-doubles to 1. 400 more points scored. 140 more rebounds, almost 70 more assists. They did tie in steals, which is odd. Tom normally takes it down in steals and blocks. He did have the most blocks this week with 40, but it didn't even matter. MVP is Josh Giddey, 535 from the field, 923 from the stripe, 91 points, 38 rebounds, 33 assists, 2 double-doubles, a triple-double. I could have picked one of Tom's streamers for this week to be his MVP, and it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, Tom, I believe, has a 3-game lead for the 5th playoff spot right now. Would have been 7-2, only losing to Chris and John, 2-game win streak. Meanwhile, Nick, last place, 0-9. That's all I need to know. Tim and Chris. James Harden has been putting on a motherfucking show these past couple weeks, and it showed out in this one. Chris had 2 triple-doubles. He had the most three-pointers in the league with 108 this week, big time. Fairly close to the most points scored. I think he came in second in that category with 916. Over 300 rebounds, over 200 assists, 11 double-doubles, 39 steals, 34 blocks. Those are some good numbers. And with sub-90 turnovers, that's going to be a winning formula most weeks for anybody. While Tim did have the highest field goal percentage this week and did tie Chris in triple-doubles, didn't really matter because James did too much. Chris in 3rd place, 9-0, bringing that Dane Danger game with him. 6-game win streak for Chris, record of 9-3-1. Jump Sawyer. Sawyer, 2 weeks ago, was in 1st place by half a game and is now sitting in 4th. I think it's a game and a half out of 1st place, so it's not like he's far off, but just highlights how quickly things can change. Tim, 4-5, only would have beaten myself, Drew, Nick, and Jackson. 4-game losing streak, hasn't won in a month. Record of 3-9-1, but only, I believe, a game and a half out of that 6th playoff spot. Jackson and Alec. Jackson's team's hurt. I'm not going to rag on Jackson for that, even though he hasn't been setting his lineup this past week at least. So please get back to doing that. Alec, once again, most points scored in the league this week with 948, and most rebounds, 325. That's normally a category reserved for John and Sawyer, but goes to Big Al this week. And 8-2 victory. Not much to delve into here. Paolo Banchero, 73 points, 24 rebounds, 13 assists, 9 steals, and a double-double. Alec jumps back up into 6th place, would have been 6-3 this week. Only would have lost to Tom, Chris, and John on the 2-game win streak record of 5-8-0. Jackson, 9th place, 1-8. Only would have beaten Nick. Ends the breaks. Finally, on to John and Sawyer. This was the hype matchup of the week. Two big teams. Sawyer started making a couple ad drops, not unnoticed by some in our league. But John, even though scored 190 points, had a second to last in three-pointers made this week by 4. Only 57 threes made. Did have 890 points, 305 rebounds. Sawyer won that category. John had the most assists, steals, double-doubles, and tied for the most triple-doubles in the league this week. 226 assists, 55 steals, which is close. Only beat Sawyer by 5. 15 double-doubles and 2 triple-doubles. MVP for John's going to be Alfred Şengün. 600 from the field, 39 points scored, 24 rebounds, 23 assists, 6 steals, and a triple-double to boot. That was super fun to watch. I think it was Monday or Tuesday night he got that. That was pretty cool. John in first place, record of 8-1-0. Only would have lost to Chris. 6-game win streak, record of 10-2-1, holding on to first by half a game. Sawyer drops down to 4th. Only would have been 5-4. Only losing to John, Tom, Chris, and Alec. 2-game losing streak, record of 9-4-0. Player of the week is going to be Mr. James Harden. 15 threes made, 95 points, 31 rebounds, 54 assists, 4 double-doubles, and triple-double. Jokic had slightly better averages for the week, but I wanted Harden in there just to shout out somebody a little different. Really only 2 good matchups this week. Me and Chris, and my team is definitely the underdog there. And then we got Tim and Alec fighting for that 6th seed. John versus Drew, not really interesting. Tom versus Jackson. Again, Jackson seems too hurt to put up too much of a fight right now, unfortunately. And then Nick versus Sawyer. Sawyer might actually win this week. Good luck, boys.